Imagine earning more money in a single day than most people see in an entire lifetime. Imagine becoming so powerful that your name alone changes how people behave. Now imagine losing control of everything you built. This is not fiction. This is not a movie. This is the story of a man whose ambition turned into one of the most famous criminal empires in modern history. His name was Pablo Escobar. And for years, people around the world knew him for one thing: power. But every story has a beginning, and his didn't start with luxury. It started with ambition. Pablo Escobar was born in Colombia in 1949. His family lived a normal life. Nothing suggested that one day his name would become known across the world. His father worked in farming. His mother worked as a teacher. Growing up, Pablo wanted more than an ordinary life. He wanted status, recognition, importance. People who knew him often described him as someone who wanted to move forward quickly. As he grew older, he became interested in making money. At first, small activities, small risks, small opportunities. But over time, those decisions started becoming larger, and slowly his life moved in a different direction. During the 1970s, new illegal markets were growing. Demand increased, money increased, and Pablo saw an opportunity. He learned something powerful. Where demand exists, someone will always try to control supply. Instead of staying small, he started building systems, connections, routes, relationships. Step by step, those networks expanded, and his influence started growing. What looked small from the outside was becoming much bigger behind the scenes. Soon, he became connected to what later became known as the Medellin Cartel. That name would become known around the world. The growth was fast, faster than most people imagined. More operations, more movement, more influence. And with growth came enormous amounts of money. Stories about his wealth spread everywhere. Large properties, luxury lifestyles, private aircraft. People started seeing him as unstoppable. Money moved quickly, and with money came attention. The world started noticing. But success built on illegal systems never stays simple. The bigger something becomes, the harder it becomes to control. At this point, money wasn't enough. Pablo wanted influence. He wanted recognition. He wanted people to see him as powerful. He supported projects in some places. He created an image. And for some people, that image worked. But reality was more complicated, because power has a cost, and that cost started becoming visible. Pressure increased, fear increased. People around him became more careful, and the story started changing. No empire grows forever. Eventually, pressure increased from every direction. Investigations expanded. Operations became difficult. Maintaining influence became harder. What once looked organized started becoming unstable. The pressure didn't disappear. It kept growing. And the same speed that built the empire started accelerating its fall. For the first time, control was disappearing. Years passed, and the world around him changed. The image of being untouchable slowly disappeared. Decisions became harder. Options became smaller. The empire that once looked endless started breaking apart. Eventually, the story reached its end. But endings don't erase consequences. History remembers outcomes. People remember impact. Today, millions of people still know the name Pablo Escobar. Not because his story should be repeated, but because it became a reminder. Ambition without limits can become destruction. Money without boundaries doesn't guarantee freedom. And power, no matter how big, doesn't last forever. Because sometimes the fastest rise creates the hardest fall.